right, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the Luna Lounge podcast. At least for me, it's Saturday Night Live special.
Ooh,
Saturday morning for us.
Yeah, we have
Saturday morning.
So for those wondering why there's this extra episode on your list, we have some of our lovely Asian international friends who are unable to make the normal time slot. So we have a nice weekend episode for you guys that accommodates their schedules better.
Tie into the last podcast where we talked about how much of a pain in the butt it is co-streaming with people that are across the world.
Not that it's not worth it. They're lovely.
I didn't say they weren't worth it. I'm just saying.
I just want to emphasize. All right, Noctis borderline insults people, and I'll make them, like me until I start talking about Zelda.
Ooh, tell me more about Zelda.
Oh my gosh! If you want to hear that rant, go check out the last episode. I have to rant. I have to ruin everyone's childhood with Disney today.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I like it. All right, so
Disney.
Oh,
we're gonna. So the way we had talked about doing future episodes is where we split the podcast into half of it. We're going to discuss topics like directly linked to our guest. So because both of you guys are art streamers, we're going to be talking today about art streaming.
And speaking of guests, how about we introduce them?
Yeah. You didn't even let me finish. Fine. You know what? I'm just going to go pout in the corner. You guys introduce yourselves.
Should I make you slide off screen?
All right. Ladies first, I believe. Nadhsan, go ahead.
I'm a lady? Okay. Hi, I'm Nadhsan _art. I'm an artist and a streamer. And I've done a lot of art for tFay. Thank you for the free advertisement, tFay. I really appreciate it.
Of course. For anyone watching this on YouTube or the live chat, and Nat is the one who's did my PNG Sukino art.
Yeah.
And also the Monster Hunter art, who apparently Yao calls the hot one.
The hot one?
That's what he calls it when he wants me to pull it on stream. He's like, pull out the hot one. I'm like, all right.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So there you go. There's some nice advertisement for Nat.
Thank you.
All right, next guest.
And hello everyone. My name is Zeonz. Zeonz _89 is my Twitch profile name. Channel name to be exact. And then I do make sub art and commission art. Will be open up soon if hopefully in the future where I've done my sub art because there's like 40 plus left to go. But I am a streamer and artist, self-taught artist to be exact. And yeah.
And not as explicit an advertisement, but if you're in my ever live streams, he is the one who did the turnip sub badges. So a little plug for Zeonz's art.
Yes, thank you. I made this sub art as well as if you can last long enough to subscribe forever for tFay, then you will see yourself as a flexing girl turning with the sunglasses. You will want that as your flexing because it's just a way to flex everybody else. Hey, I've been here for more than you are, so stick with it.
I think I get mine tomorrow.
Flexing ghost?
Yeah, no, it's a gold turning.
Yeah. I'm gonna see when that is. But yeah, all right. So Noctis, why are we here today? I'm sorry if you want to continue your explanation.
No, today we're here talking to some art streamers. It's a little bit different of a category. Everyone previously pretty much streams games exclusively. So today's gonna be a fun time talking to artists and what it's like to draw, paint, blah 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 on stream.
Are you saying they're variety streamers?
No. Yes, everybody's a variety streamer. My apologies.
All right.
But
so
we don't do art, so we don't know.
I can confirm if you the earliest people will have the gold turnip 1 year flex sub badges in 4 days. That's when I get mine. So if you want to see what that looks like, come back in 4 days.
Yep.
But yeah. So, Noctis, did you want to ask the first question? I feel like I hurt your feelings, and you know, if you want to take over asking questions to our lovely guests.
No, you know, you hurt my feelings. It's okay. I'll get over it.
The podcast is
So,
canceled.
podcast
Oh.
canceled. Episode 6. We made it a
Chain
month and a
of
half before we
Memories
couldn't
is the
do it.
best Kingdom
Been
Hearts
good,
game.
guys.
Fight me.
And Breath of the Wild is the best Zelda game. Fight me.
I will fight you.
Point
I
is-
already fought you. That was last episode.
It's not.
So
Is it not the best Zelda?
No.
We'll save that
All
for
right.
about an hour. From now.
Yeah, we can come
so,
back
Zeonz,
to that.
Yep.
Were you an artist before you started streaming?
Yes, I was a self-taught artist before I even start streaming. It's just that I left my artist skill for more than 10 years. So I decided to like pick it up again, pick up the the stylus pen again, and with my trustworthy 10 years old webcam tablet, and
It
start
still
drawing.
works. Wow.
It still works.
Wow.
So
Imagine,
then,
like-
what made?
Yep.
I was gonna say, then what made you become a streamer?
What made me become a streamer? That is actually interesting. The first of all, when I start streaming, was I thinking maybe I'll just do some photography editing on stream, because that is a very
Oh.
least topic. Like I mean, it's like very least kind of like title or streamer does that. The first thing that I came to it was actually a photographer streamer, and he streamed photography editing and also play games. But most of the time, I was like looking at his skills for photography editing. Yeah, that was back then before I start streaming my career, because I was like a freelance photography for cosplayers back in the days of cosplay convention and outdoors photo shooting. Those are like the days where I was like doing nothing but just my hobby.
Oh.
Ooh,
And
ooh.
And okay, so Nod, were you an artist before you streamed?
I went to art school actually, for 4 years, and I've been drawing pretty much my whole life since I was 5. That's like my earliest memory of art.
Can
I
confirm
remember
Nad's
drawing
life
on the
starts at
wall.
age 5. Poor
Yeah.
Nad's parents. First 4 years had nothing to do with it. Worthless life. Life didn't exist.
Nope,
Nat,
nope.
Nat starts at age 5.
But yeah, I've been drawing on the wall since I was 5, and they got really angry. But yeah, but I only got serious with art when I was in high school, probably around 16, 17. Um, yeah, I've been drawing ever since. I guess I never really stopped drawing.
The
And
teenage life, right?
the teenage angst, all
Yeah,
the angsty
I
art,
feel that.
and
Dang.
and for the streaming question, why did I start streaming? I actually always wanted to stream. I think that's quite a normal answer, isn't it? Since I was like in high school,
Oh, taught me as
I grew
someone
up.
who didn't want to stream. I see how it is.
I grew up with content creators. Like I've always wanted to be like that. I wanna create things that people enjoy. I wanna be the next PewDiePie. Oh my god, so cringy.
Really?
But
That's your go-to big streamer, PewDiePie?
that
I'm sorry.
that
This
was when I was
this
younger.
is
No,
we're gonna have to take a quick BRB as I beat up our guest for bad taste.
Wow!
Whoa! Really? You're gonna
Wow!
judge Nod for aiming for
Wow!
the biggest person on the
Oh.
internet?
But
Like
PewDiePie, I do
Yes.
not approve of a lot of PewDiePie's content and how he got huge. All right, there are
I
better
don't-
people who
it
got
doesn't-
big on the
it doesn't
internet.
matter.
Rich, okay? I
100
wanna be rich.
I don't blame
that's-
Raymond for that.
Oh, for the context, if anyone doesn't know why I call tFay my dad, because he literally
Daddy?
addressed himself as father of, you know,
No,
he just
tFay's
called
not a
himself.
big fan of being called daddy. Take it. I'll
Okay.
just,
Yeah,
throw that out there.
Oh, okay,
All
okay.
right.
Sorry.
Guys, no,
take it
no,
back.
hold up. You're basically giving people permission to write fan fiction, and I already write enough of that.
Anyway, correction. I was like, even though I watch PewDiePie, it's not really for all the words that he said. It's more of the words that he utilized to make it something like a content like people would enjoy and just sit down and watch the stream or watch his record of video and just see him blah 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 everything. Honestly, what makes me continuous is looking at his video. It's not about what he just said. It's more about how he reacted and talked out loud from his heart, not just from keep it in his mind. That kind of way, I was like also practicing a little bit of that one as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
keeping everything into yourself is like you only know, but the viewer's not gonna know what the hell you are talking about. So or thinking about. That's the thing.
No, PewDiePie is
Mm.
definitely controversial. I don't think anyone would ever disagree with that. But to say that you want to be at his level, I don't shame anyone for that. I think everyone would love the idea that 100 million people care about
110.
about what you create. That's cool,
Yeah,
regardless
that's
of anything he's done.
We're gonna start arguing
Mhm.
Machiavelli around here in a few minutes. Is the journey important?
Uh,
But I think I have to clarify. I don't really watch PewDiePie anymore. I only say his name because that's he was the one that I grew up watching a lot when I was in high school. Um, but I don't really like his content anymore. Like even when he streams, he doesn't really seem to engage with his audience. He kind of looks like he doesn't want to be there anymore. If that makes sense. Like
he
he's just
doesn't have
doing it
to.
out of obligation. Yeah, yeah, he doesn't have to.
Yeah,
He could retire
he
if
is
he
so
wants.
big that he could do anything, and
True.
people will continue to watch him, and that has
Mm-hmm.
been proven in the past.
And that
Proven.
annoys me to no end, but that's a separate discussion.
That's because we're good content creators, tFay. I get that. I understand the desire to interact with chat and be a good person, but 100 million people, man, he doesn't have to give a shit.
True, true.
Million.
Like whatever he wants to do, people would just consume it. Like
No, I get that. All right, I literally see video. I've seen videos where a VTuber like, here's a new model that costs this much money to make. 5 minutes later,
Mhm.
thank you for funding my V model, chat. And I'm like, God damn it.
I feel like I've triggered tFay by one
A
answer.
little bit. You said PewDiePie, and apparently that's the tFay
I
trigger.
hate PewDiePie.
tFay, would you
So-
like to ask the next question?
So
Sure.
we should not say We should not say PewDiePie next time. We should say at least
Yeah.
Felix Kelsberg.
Felix.
This is back in the day of my early streaming days. Chat used to trigger me by saying I don't remember what it was like. I was like in love with Belle Delphine or something like that. I was like, no,
Oh.
no, no.
Wait, why?
no.
Why? Why would they say that?
Because if you haven't ever been in my streams before, Nad, chat likes to piss me off.
It's because he's in love with Belle Delphine. Let's be honest, man.
Okay, this is now officially the last episode. Is now my co-host is also getting beat up.
Yep.
All right, in a definitely
no,
not
we're just
attempted
getting
segue, in a not
We
forced
are getting
segue
off tracks.
to get off track. All right, so Nad, so both
Yeah.
this applies to both of you, but I'm gonna ask Nad first because we all like Nad better here. Hashtag more art on stream.
Yeah, ladies first, to be exact. Come on.
No. I want to emphasize that it's favoritism, not being a gentleman. All right, Zeonz.
I know. Everyone's looking at us, lovely art, I believe.
So what kind of ratio do you find yourself doing between like game streams and like art streams? Like, do you find yourself mostly doing art, mostly doing games? Like, what helps you decide like, hey, I'm going to put this much art or this much gaming into my schedule?
Since I call myself an art streamer, I try to if I do three or 4 days a week streams, I would make sure to do 2 art streams. But like no matter what kind of content what kind of streams I do, I want to make sure that I find a way to engage with the audience, with my viewers. So even when I do my art streams, I get distracted so easily by the chat. So it would still be 90% talking and 10% drawing. So
Literally, it's
I
a just chatting stream again.
yeah, like people keep saying I should just change my name to Nadhsan underscore GC for just chatting. Because I barely focus on my art on stream. I think a lot of people would say yes to that, right, Zion?
Kind of,
You've been on my
but
streams before.
I mean, like, I think it's because basically, like, viewers will always want to like talk with the streamer sometimes, which is actually a good thing, like addressing them and talk to them, see how it goes, everything.
Mm.
But things can get escalated too quickly, where you just kind of like, oh, I forgot what I'm gonna do again.
I mean, I could argue as someone who probably watches more art streamers than normal streamers and hires way too many of them, when I should just be hiring Nad over and over again, right?
Yeah.
I like almost all of them talk too much to their chat in terms of productivity. Like they all confirm that they get more done if they're not streaming. But I get,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's any artist, right? If you're able to solo focus on the art, it doesn't matter if you're streaming or not, right? You can just be talking to someone next to you. You're gonna get more done if you're just alone and focus on the art. But like, people want to be there to talk to you mostly, and then just your art's kind of a background. I mean, I stream farm sims
Yeah.
half the week. I could definitely tell you that people aren't there to actively watch a farm sim.
Mm.
They generally, it's like yeah.
Yeah, like
I was gonna say, as an artist, like when you do stuff, do you find yourself getting frustrated? Because like when I'm at work, and let's say I'm working late, all by myself, and I'm trying to get something done, and just getting frustrated with trying to come up with something. Do you find that like when you hit an like that, we'll call
art
it
block?
artist block?
Mm.
Yeah, the art block
Does
thing.
talking to
Yeah.
people help that?
Just talking to people help that. Um, like during streaming or just in general?
Like if you're finding yourself, like, let's pretend you're alone, right? You're doing art and you can't figure out, what color to make your character's eyes, whatever, right? But then let's say, if you were on stream, you could like, hey chat, what do you think? And you could sort of
All
talk to
right.
chat and help get ideas and work through your artist block in terms of making progress.
I understand. Yeah, like if I'm stuck on something with my art, I would show the art to other people and ask for their opinion. Like, oh, does this look good? Does this look weird? What can I do to make it look nicer? But most of the time when I ask for opinions, they would just say, "Oh, it already looks nice," and then I get so frustrated because
But
no,
isn't that just like you're judging your
I'm
own
stuck
art?
on yeah, I think I do that, and that's why I take so long to finish my art, because I always feel like it's not good enough. I always need to keep improving it, make it look better as much as I can, and that is very taxing. Is very very tiring. So I tend to get a lot of art block and what is it called, burnout. So I guess I have to learn to be less to be what is it called? Less
less
harsh on my
less
art.
harsh, less critical. No,
Yeah.
I get that, and I'm not even an artist. I mean, like, I like critique the art that I buy from people. Hell, even when I'm making it over, I'd be like, should I make this art like on this pixel or like this pixel?
Mm.
And like, no one's gonna notice the difference. I'm like, I need to fix it.
Right.
I
Even if people don't
notice.
notice, you notice it.
How am I supposed to look at this every day knowing that there's one stray hair off on the art?
Right, right.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's like when for those who was watching my time at Porsche stream, I was getting frustrated because there was a bug happening. I couldn't complete this one quest, and I was trying to do it for like I streamed 2 extra hours to finish this side quest. And I'm like, I know I can just mute the quest and it's not there, but I'll know it's there. I'll know the side quest is not complete.
Just keeps bugging you.
100% everything. You gotta put 100% everything in it.
Like, I mean, like, let's even, how many people, you know, look at this right now. You don't have to like answer. Just answer to yourself. How many people watching notice that Zeonz's eyes move slightly when he talks? Like, you know, maybe most people probably didn't even notice that, or like that Nad's mouth moves and stuff like that. But you know, these are just the small things that we need. That we need
Speaking
when
of
making
moving,
stuff.
I was like thinking, why like not? You should have just pasted the GIF to tFay so that your
Yeah,
She
eyes
did.
will
She
be
did
big.
set. She did set the
I said it
GIF.
to Tiffany,
But
yeah.
I didn't want her art to flex so hard on the rest of us.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you for considering that.
tFay did it for the rest of us. Thank you, tFay.
Thank you, tFay.
For the
Oh
record,
man, I want
it
to
was
know.
literally extra work because you know how hard it is to find which frames to keep on a GIF, on a GIF, to like actually
I
like
I mean,
make it
if you
like
commission
look.
me, I can animate it for you, Tiffany.
Ooh.
Ooh,
All right, we'll talk later.
you commission me.
Do either of you guys play video games on your streams?
Video games, what's that?
Is
I
it
like
Twitch?
how
Is it
Nats has
Twitch?
responded, what's that?
Only for art?
Yeah, only art for me all the time. Art all the time. I'm all about that art life.
Oh my
No,
god.
no. Yeah,
So
yeah.
about the question
I
earlier
games.
when Noctis asked about Nat or whatsoever, I do find myself also in kind of certain art blocks, but more like
Mm.
frustrating to get the correct stroke right from the like, you know, I tend to have that tendency to have like I want a stroke that just cleanly connect to the other stroke that I left over, and I do not want to like erase it off because sometimes for me, I guess it's my own style of like drawing because my style of like erasing is kind of like tough because I haven't really that well to the sensitivities that the Photoshop should like accurately try to figure out. But what helps me like centering or stroking the correct way is just like press the caps lock so it turns like crosshair so I can predict where the sensitive or the power it is. And that's pretty much. And about like in terms of working art on stream, I kind of like it's the reverse, like the opposite way of Nat. Nat is like keep on chatting, like can't get things done. While I can
Yeah.
focus, and I can
Don't
read
call me
chat
out
from
like
time.
that, man.
Damn!
Sorry.
Zeon's calling Nad out. Nad talks to her
Zeon.
chat. I can focus.
Oh, we're friends. Oh my god, Zeon. What is this? What is this, Zeon?
We are friends. We are friends. But having like your viewers to talk to you
but-
on stream is good. I'm assured. It's just that I don't know. Like
I
can
can focus.
I can focus.
I know how to
Can
ignore
you?
my chat.
Oh.
This is how friends
Wow.
works in Malaysia, I guess. I'm so sorry, Nat.
It's okay,
Partners in
Zeon.
crime.
I'm used to it, Zeon.
So actually,
Man,
you,
it's dark over here. Zeon's throwing so much shade. God damn.
and I thought me and Noctis were mean to each other.
Zeon, about the strokes, do you do short strokes or long strokes?
Sometimes it could be a long stroke. That's why I was like a little bit thinking like who if Clip Studio would be applicable for my
Wait, hold
computer,
up,
like
Zeons.
the
Before you answer that
Yep.
question, can you explain for the noobs, you know, listen to this podcast, what a long stroke and a short stroke is?
Ah, all right. So long stroke like hair, like if you can see Nadhsan's character hair like on the twin tail, that's like a long stroke. And then like a short stroke, it would be like somewhere around the front bang. So like shorter strokes, it would be much more easier to connect. But long stroke is where it's like let's say somewhere around the hair, like you know that's one thicker line of the hair, and then that's like little pointy to the far left, right? You want from there to connect correctly, and sometimes you might mess up like not having the correct smoothing effect, because like for Adobe Photoshop 2021 with the stylus, of course, you can increase the smoothings effect. Like I would say 30 to 40%. So when you stroke it, you just follow the flow of where your stylus just go. But if you set it like 0%, it'll be very wonky.
How the hell
So
did
Mm,
this
you
turn
said
into our most
you were looking.
intellectual stream?
Yeah. So
but,
you said
but
you were
yeah.
looking at the other app. I meant to ask you, Xeon, since you're a Photoshop user right now, have you looked
Yep.
at Photoshop Sketch? Because I think it's
The
like
No.
heck is
an
that?
alternative. Yeah, it's an alternative program from Adobe that
Oh.
kind of works a lot like these other art, where that gives you easy layers between it. It's supposedly it's supposed to be really good for art. I don't know. I don't draw
Ooh.
personally, so but I was curious if you had taken a look at it yet.
No, I have not, to be honest.
Actually, all
Because
right.
I
Yeah,
So
just
grew
use
up
Create
my
Studio Paint.
yeah. So interesting
honestly, I would
question,
say
guy.
it's like, hmm,
So for anyone who listens to this and then suddenly wants to be an art streamer, you know, or just an artist in
Don't.
general,
Mhm.
uh,
Okay, go
so
on.
do you think that it is, I guess, required to get like let's say they want to be like do this pretty regularly, right? Do you think
mm-hmm.
it's required to use a paid software to like have all the extra tools and what to make like good art, or can they get by with like free software? Because that's something that I'll hear a lot. Like what can I use that's free to do editing or art or yada yada yada.
Mm.
Yeah, especially the Adobe
Oh,
products are a month by month subscription. So unless you're
yep.
willing to fork over $20 a month,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to be looking for those free programs. To be honest.
Yeah,
True,
honestly, if
true.
you're just starting out, either just draw with a pencil and paper, go back to basics, or if you really wanna draw digital, yeah, use free programs first. See how you like it. Improve your digital art first before jumping into the paid programs. I think some good free ones are Krita, I believe it's
Yeah,
called.
Krita is
People
one of
usually use Krita and GIMP are usually recommended as free
Oh,
programs.
yep.
game, yeah.
Gim
Besides
is
the
as well.
much
Gim as well.
superior Microsoft Paint, obviously the most superior of free programs. But yeah, no, I definitely agree. Like, don't invest in a monthly subscription thing before you actually like know what you're doing, because then you're just
Yeah.
gonna get overwhelmed by the tools. Like, I've used GIMP for years now, and I feel like even if I went to Photoshopping, you'd be like, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah,
th-
There's
th-
it'd be
definitely
very
a
Alright.
tough.
learning curve.
Let's get into the Noctis origin story of how he started doing art.
You
I
do
started
art.
working. Well, I was a window tinter, funny enough, for
Oh.
several years, and then the program we used to cut window film out was a very basic sign program. So I could do stuff like basic shapes. I could add text, stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I basically learned on my very first art program. That was the first program I ever did anything artistic on that actually made sense, because it doesn't require. It's not as much like drawing shit. It's not drawing like a character as much as it is doing like the Tron logo was one of the first things I ever made.
Oh.
I graduated from that to a free program called Inkscape, which operates a lot like it. And that one I equivalent to a free version of Illustrator, which is an Adobe product, which years ago used to be you could buy it by itself. Now it's a month to month subscription, which is I like the amount of money I've wasted on this subscription for Illustrator. I hate myself. Imagine 10 years of paying $10 or $20 a month, and you'll understand how
Ouch.
much money I put into Illustrator.
I mean,
Oh my
imagine
god.
10 years of paying $5 a month to twitch.tv/ the Luna Lounge for this podcast, right? Keep us going, guys.
Yeah, you
And then
just
you
said
can get
a
the
thing that
gold
does not
flexing badge.
exist.
Well, I just realized that would have sounded weird to just plug my own channel, but yes, technically, this is why we need to create a Patreon for this thing. We have no good way of shamelessly plugging our own channel.
That is true. But my whole point was I started on basic programs and worked up to the paid for programs. Now Photoshop is my go-to. So whenever I do stuff like an overlay or channel point uh the little icons for them. Anything like that, I do in Photoshop now, just out of pure habit at this point. I love Photoshop, and I recommend it to everyone I can. But I understand it's $10 a month. By the way, here's a small fact for you guys: if you want to do Photoshop, Adobe has a photographer plan at $9.99 a month, which gives you access to Photoshop and Lightroom every month instead of $20 like their normal charge for an app like Photoshop. I want to plug that right now because if I had known that years ago, I would have saved myself so much money. God
Are you
damn.
sponsored by
All the
Adobe?
hacks. No, but if Adobe wants to
Oh, yeah.
sponsor the podcast, hit us up. We'll definitely promote your programs.
Yep, definitely.
I mean, feel
Oh
free
my
to
God.
sign up for Adobe and use that code Luna Lounge to get 0% off your order.
0%.
Yeah, don't
Sounds
mention
about
me.
right.
They might charge you more. I've had problems with Adobe.
Oh, no!
But okay, so here's my question for you guys. You guys are both artists that do commissions. Do you guys do your commissions on stream?
I do it sometimes. But I don't really like it to do on stream because I won't really get much work done. Like I said before, I get easily distracted when I'm on stream. So usually I would do art practice, painting practice. Recently I've been uh painting my friends, doing fan art. But what about you, Zion?
I've been doing it like all times,
All kinds? What? All the time?
What?
all the times.
All the times?
All the time.
That's
all
kind
the
of,
times.
kind of interesting. There's another art streamer I know. I won't name names or anything like that, but they literally I commissioned a work from them, and I said I need this to be a secret, so it has to be done off stream, and it literally took them so long to do it because just be aware if it's gonna be off stream, it's gonna take longer. And oh my gosh, it took so long to get it done because they never did it on stream because apparently they do most of their commission art time on stream, which is very interesting.
Well,
And, so
yeah,
obviously
that's
this
true.
is not
Because I
Nad.
also kind of like because I feel like
Wow.
sometimes it's
You
like
don't
easier
mention
to
the
promote
artist by
yourself
name,
with commission
tFay.
art.
Jesus. Oh man.
What was that, Zeonz?
I was saying that like people do commission on stream is basically like much more easier for people who be interested to check out their commission page. Like it's like they put a tag like commission art like there, and then it's like sometimes they come in and they'll just ask, is this for commission, something like that? Can I check your commission page? Things I followed one, and she has a bunch, and she also kind of like do it on stream and off stream, I would say. And so sometimes she also do fan art of her own characters, like a VTuber or something like that. But yeah, it's cool to look at it. Just seeing like they do it for others and also do it for themselves, and occasionally check the chat and occasionally did not notice the chat because they sometimes focus and sometimes did not focus, kind of
So
stuff. Where
here's a thought, right? Like, let's have you ever thought about like doing your commission work off stream and then just recording the entire process and then playing that on stream and then just making it seem like you're doing it live and just talking to the chat normally?
That's a good idea. Oh my god, tFay, you're a genius. You should do that.
That's a good
Wow.
idea.
Yeah, until you're ignoring your chat because you're not responding to them in real life.
No, you can still be in the chat, right? So Nat's doing her just chatting thing, but you have the
Yeah.
art in the background the entire time, so it looks like she's being productive, and she can comment
right. Oh
on
my
the
god,
art.
tFay. Wow. Wow.
So
we
it's
just
literally a
opened
just
new age of
chatting
the brain.
That's big brain tFay. That's so genius. Holy shit. Oh no, but no, people hear the idea. They're gonna know I'm a scam.
I mean, you can also just be honest about it. I don't think they'll care.
Oh,
I
true.
mean, you could
True,
even you could also do the YouTube thing where you fast forward through different parts. You're like, all right, this part's boring. Let's get like when I was doing this art, it was
Oh.
entertaining and stuff like that. And you could just kind of like
Ah.
do your just chatting thing with your art still playing, but you don't actually have to worry about whether or not you're making progress on your art on the stream.
tFay, genius! Wow.
These are all the smart ideas you can get when you listen to every episode of the Little Lounge podcast.
That'd be amazing if it wasn't Nat or Zeonz that did verse, it was someone else in the chat.
Someone stole the idea first.
I mean, I'm sure there are
It's
people
fine,
who
it's
already
fine.
do this idea. I doubt it's very original. But that's just I just thought of that, especially because Nad is known as the quote unquote just chatting. So by that logic, you might as well just have art playing in the background and she can focus on the just chatting portion, and it's basically the same thing.
Right.
Actually,
And
even
people
better
can
yet.
see my process. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, or you could work on another project while just chatting with people as they watch you draw something else.
Nah, man,
You get
same
two
thing.
projects done at once.
No, I would still get distracted by chat even if I'm doing other art projects.
Uh-huh.
I was like, so if I correct the idea, what tFay just mentioned is like, so Nadhsan would be just recording herself, like doing art, like during off stream, and when she went on stream, she can just play the video like on stream and just do a just chatting, but then it's still art category.
Yeah, pretty much.
Would it be that? Yeah,
Pretty much.
that's a good idea. Not gonna lie.
Right. Yeah, might steal that idea for one of my streams.
Actually, that'd be kind of a cool idea for a commission. For like, let's say I commission Nad to draw my character and say, could you draw blah blah blah? You record that process, and then I can come and watch you and talk with you as I'm watching it live on screen, and you're not distracted or stopped by trying to comment with me.
Right. Yeah. Oh my God.
And then you could let people know you're premiering like the drawing of your commission. Just an idea.
Yeah, dude. Wow. I'm glad I'm on this podcast now.
No, having
Oh my God! You're the
ideas.
first guest to say that. Why can't every guest
We're
say
on
that? Every
episode
podcast.
6, and
Hey,
no
I'm
one's
glad I'm
ever
here.
said they're glad to be here.
Really? No one has said that yet? What?
No, we
Nat, you were the first.
Wow.
can confirm. We
Yeah.
record all the episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Now available on YouTube, Spotify, Audible, and Apple Podcasts. Shameless plug, of course.
Shameless plug. So speaking of, doing or recording or art for a stream, whatever, do people like, I'm assuming people watch you and they say, oh my gosh, Nad, your art's so great, and Zeonz, it's so great how you could focus and ignore me. But do you ever get like, do you ever have like, do you ever get any negative comments that your mods probably like snipe out of the stratosphere? Like, they're just like, oh my gosh, your art sucks, yada, 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 yada.
Nah.
Nope.
Dang, they're so pro,
Yeah,
guys.
No.
Who has
No.
the balls to
That's
go
really
into an
nice.
art stream and say, you fucking suck?
Who has the
Like,
balls to
no
go
one
into
does
any
that.
stream and insult? Who have people who literally sexually harass people on streams? You really think people can't make negative art comments?
Yeah, but it's
They-
not
Yeah.
like during a-
Maybe you need to be a streamer to attract the trolls.
Okay. That's one thing. That's one thing I remember back in the days when
Back
I was like drawing something on stream.
Mhm.
There, this one user was kind of like, I don't know who he is. He came by. He said hi, and then I say hi back to him. He followed me, and then he asked me, "Can you zoom out? Because I want to see the whole canvas." I did zoom out, and then he said thanks. The next thing I know, when I went off stream, he unfollowed me. I was like, wow,
What?
that's the most silent critic ever.
Yeah, but if it cheers you up, Zeonz, that probably wasn't anything to do with like not liking your art as much as he wanted to be on stream shown that he followed you, because obviously most of the people that stream have like alerts that come up on their stream showing blah 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 just followed, and a lot of
Yep.
people I think enjoy seeing that on stream, and then after the stream is over, unfollow. Who cares?
Yeah.
I've
They're not
literally,
gonna know.
I've been tagged on Twitter, and I didn't even know the guy. This caused some weird Twitter thing where everyone was yelling at him, where he posted a YouTube video of him following like 10 different random streamers and recording how they reacted. And he made a compilation, put it
wow.
on Twitter, and he tagged all of them. And man, did he receive flack for
Wow.
that. Like,
What the
people went
heck?
That's
after him.
actually toxic.
Why would he do
He
that? Is
didn't
it just for
react to that.
attention?
I don't
That's 100%.
I,
Isn't that
I don't
Twitter?
I mean he did
Everything everyone does for attention.
he technically did put the links of all the streamers in the description. So he did source the streams.
Mm.
So there is that, but I did find it, I mean, like, people just do weird stuff. And like I've seen people
Yeah.
discuss before about the controversy on Twitch where I don't know, this is still a thing, I'm assuming it's a thing, where you can cancel a sub right after subbing. So people will basically sub to people, get the reaction from the streamer, and then unsub to get a net profit.
Oh,
They don't have to spend money just to get like reactions
could
out of
do that?
streamers. Again, I've
Wow.
never tried it, but I'm saying that was the thing. that
tFay, you
people
don't
do.
say this on the podcast. Now everyone's gonna do it. Damn
Oh my
it!
god.
We talked
No,
about this.
I don't think they know the method to do it.
Yeah, I'm not
Right.
explaining how to do it. I'm just saying that like it's a thing. Also, they might have turned that feature off because I know a lot of people on like were yelling at Twitch about it because well, they expect a certain amount of money. Imagine you basically like 100 people sub to you, and then you look at your stream money, like your analytics afterwards. It's like profit $0. You're like, what?
Oof.
Welcome to what it's like being a normal streamer versus tFay. tFay gets all that money. We do not.
Right,
Big
I
right.
do not make that much. Nat probably makes
Big
more money than
team.
I do, considering that she does
No,
commissions.
no. Oh yeah. That's
Okay,
true.
well, we're not counting the money you give Nad. That's not
Yeah.
fair.
No. From streaming, tFay. Like for me, streaming is just like a side thing, not my main thing. Commissions is my main thing, so it's like my main job, my freelancing job. But for you, tFay, is it full time for you? Are you a full time streamer?
As of right now,
Do you not
yes.
watch one of his streams? Oh my god, he says it to everyone that follows. I'm a full-time streamer. I stream 40 hours a week. Blah blah blah. blah
I
blah.
say I'm a
$5
variety
for every time
streamer.
I've heard it.
Thank you very much.
Shameless self plug.
All right. I mean, if you want to talk about shameless shelf plugs, in 2 weeks from now, come check me out as I stream literally all day for my 1-year anniversary subathon, flexing all of
Ooh.
those Zeonz, gold turnips, using the
Hey.
lovely
Oh.
PNG tuber art made by
Hey.
Nad, and maybe I'll have Noctis come on and talk to you guys. I don't know.
Honestly,
like,
talking about like the 1 year stuff, right? I did came
Probably
across
not.
something
You don't want your
special.
followers to dip.
So
Oh.
that in the Twitch channel, there is a setting that you can actually turn off the founders badge for your channel. Do you realize that?
Yes.
If
Oh.
they want to see their old gold flexing turnip instead of like the first founder.
I mean, I will say that the amount of founders I have who are actively in my chat is less than 4.
Oh,
Now,
it's 4 of 10. That's 40%. That's not bad.
I'm really stretching. I'm actually trying to think. All right. For anyone, you gotta stick to this. How often do you actually see a founder's badge in my chat?
Let's see. Do we want to start naming names? Because, like, I'll be honest. Lately, I haven't seen as many, but like 2 or 3 months ago, I'd probably see one once every.
I'm
Every
trying to think.
last one with Noctis.
No,
Noctis isn't a
unfortunately
founder.
I didn't get on the. Yeah, I didn't get on the tFay train until September last year.
Most of my
Oh.
most of my founders badges are people I'm good friends with, but they don't really come into my stream very often. Yeah, I would say if you ever seen Andy Sapling, he's probably the most common one. Yeah, most
Sap,
of
yeah,
my
we see Malisi every now and then. There's a couple.
Actually no, Lila
If
Astara
Kim is
does
ever
have a
in here-
Lila
And
Astara has a
Lila,
founder's badge.
there's
Yeah,
4
she
right
already turns off her founder's badge though, because she likes the turnips.
All right.
That's fair. A shameless plug for Lila Astara, who was our guest 2 episodes ago. Funny enough, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
So
Right.
all right,
So I guess let's
yes.
stream. Let's get back to what we were talking about. Of course, you guys did. You guys did your own PNGs, but did
Yep.
you do this specifically to show off your own artwork, Or was it just because you didn't want to commission someone else?
Both for me. I want to show off my art because I mean I am an art streamer, so I do my art and all my sub emotes and badges, like everything in my stream, even my overlay, I made myself, so that people can see if they, my art, if they like it, they can commission me, because like what Zeon said earlier, um like once I started streaming, I got more commissions after I started streaming. So yeah, I guess it's a way to advertise my art.
Yep, true.
I
Hmm.
For
mean,
me,
it's smart, right?
it's basically first of all, uh, it's a funny story. Only happens for a short period during my stream days, and there were times like if I were being like a little bit like not really say burnout, but kind of like stressed out or something like that, I would turn on this Palico and I would try to imitate Palico instead of myself, my own voice. I would change my voice. But
Huh?
yeah, that is a very rare thing.
Wait, I don't get it. You change your voice?
How do you change
Okay,
your voice?
yeah, just a little bit. You don't change that much. Just like, hey, it's over here. I'm over here. Can you hear me
Oh
now?
my
Oh,
gosh, he's going all Hollow
oh,
Live on us,
okay,
guys.
okay.
Zeonz is
Yeah, I
officially
totally
part
get
of
that.
Hollow Live.
That is one thing. Okay, that is one thing. The second thing, because basically I'm streaming off the corner of my living room, and back then my camera angle was like pointing me. Of course, my back will be the living room, and my parents would be there, right? And my dad and my brother will be always half naked upper, and yeah,
Ah,
that's kind of like the against the TOS stuff.
Is that
And I
against
was like,
TOS? Can we do we have as men? Do we have to wear shirts? I'm just asking for a
no,
friend.
I mean, the thing is that
If
they might see them
me,
as like half naked and as like you know, man
I
chest over
think
there.
yes. I honestly think yes. If you're on Twitch, you basically can't show your nipples regardless of what gender you are. It's just like a
mhm.
general way to look at
Yeah,
What if I'm
it.
in a
and
hot tub in
Yeah.
my second bedroom that I've turned into my stream room?
That you know what I all right. Legitimately, go
What are
on
your
the
thoughts
hot
on
tub.
that?
Go to the hot tub category and find a guy. Good luck, and see
Good
if
luck.
they're wearing a
Yeah.
shirt. That's honestly my best
Oh,
answer for anyone who's actually curious, because it's a pretty legitimate question. So I'd say go try to find someone else who's actually doing it and see if if you can find someone,
actually,
then it's probably okay.
I came across one on YouTube. It's not really a particular one because it's like a guest only, but he
Well,
wear
yeah, see, but
himself like a
YouTube
freaking
rules and Twitch
scuba.
rules are completely different. So like the
No,
things that you could
he's making a video out from Twitch. That's the thing.
we do have
As
people in
in
the
he's
live chat
as
saying you just can't show nipples. So
yeah, you can't show
take that as
nipples.
a
That's for
will.
sure. Yep. So that's the thing that was like kind of like making my profile picture as a PNG and make it like talkable,
Mhm.
like toggle on and off. So when I speak, I look at the screen and with my mouth open. If I'm not, I'm looking sideways and I'm mouth closed, kind of style. And it's also a way to like promote my own art as a way, you know.
I thought we were talking about hot tub streamers. Wait, what?
No,
Zeonz
we're
is
back to
subtly
the.
implying that he's a hot tub streamer. Cat
I
by
did not.
day, hot tub streamer by night. Come to Zeonz after
Ooh.
Yep.
hours.
Ooh.
Yeah, being what I'm trying to say was why the what the title was like why the PNG, you know, like Noctis' question was why the PNG was made, you know. That's why I was like kind of make it. It's like if I want to
Ah.
like not showing my stress out face or whatsoever, I turn on the PNG, or especially like I'm while eating lunch or something like that while I still talk in the stream or something like that, I turn on this one as well. So it makes it like easy for me to like talk to you guys. Or
so
otherwise I
neither of
can
you guys.
always.
Oh,
Mhm.
I was gonna say so neither of you guys show your face on your stream.
I show my
I
Why
used
face.
is
to.
that? Okay.
I mean, I'm
Mm,
planning to use webcam again sometime in the future. Uh, but for now, I'm just using my PNG tuber. So yeah, but
I mean,
once
it's
I
just good
get once
advertisement of the
once
art.
I yeah, true. And once I get 600 followers, wink wink, I'm gonna eat bugs on stream. So I'll
Oh
be
my god,
I'll be using my webcam again. So
Nat,
that will be yes.
that was a shameless plug that I have to commend you for.
that was
When it
great.
hit 600, wink wink.
Come
Oh, that
back
was
to my stream,
amazing.
guys.
I applaud you.
I'll
Only
literally
30
even
more
play
until
audio.
600.
I'll play an applause sound effect that even those listening on Spotify can hear.
So be
The
sure to check
applause.
Nadhsan now, guys.
Yeah,
Next
guys.
time,
That was
or
smooth.
on Twitch,
Uh,
Oh my
on Twitch,
twitch.tv.
if you are listening to
Nadhsan
this
underscore
on
art.
YouTube, again, I do put the links to the guests every week in the description down below the stream. And because this is the art streamer, I'll also put their commission pages in the description
please.
below. So be sure to click on all of those links.
Please commission me. I have no money. Is that too desperate?
I mean,
no, I think that's everybody's.
that's everybody.
problem right now.
I could just as
Yeah.
well say I'm a full-time streamer right now. So imagine how little money I have. Please sub. You know.
Didn't we just say that like 20 minutes ago? Doesn't tFay mention that he's a full-time streamer all the
Oh,
time?
right,
Yes, he
right.
does.
Well, that
Yes, he
part
does.
is mainly to emphasize.
tFay,
First of
full-time
all,
streamer.
that is to emphasize that I have a to them to actually look at my schedule because I literally work hard planning on my schedule and my hours, and then people still go, "I didn't know you were live. How the notification didn't go off?" I'm like, I literally go live at the exact same time every week on each day, and you don't know when I go live. There's a schedule. I
A
stick
shameless
to...
plug for tFay's Discord. Go join the Luna Discord.
I mean,
Oh my
honestly. All right. So speaking of,
Right.
improving our wallets, right? Has do you find that streaming art has improved your art at all?
Mm, do you want to go first, Leon?
I
I'll
would
take
say
whoever
I
has an
have
answer.
improved my.
Whoever has an answer first.
I would say I've improved a lot. Like back then, like drawing anatomy, human anatomy is a very complicated thing. Like nobody would know like how the muscles is in, how the freaking skeleton is where it is, and I had to learn it the hard way. I was like learning of many things like how do you draw an inverted X, like for three areas, the top, the center, and the bottom for the head, the torso, and the waist. And I'll find that like, hey, it kind of worked, but it also kind of didn't work. So at some point, I kept like reading up mangas to the point where I learned how to properly draw body anatomy wise. So I put it myself to a point where I draw the torso like has upper torso and the tummy area with I call it the lower torso, then the waist, where I make it easier that I will always remember in my head there's a spinal behind it, and that's like how much you want to arch the whole body. And yeah, it improved me a lot, like thinking more often and focusing on like things like that.
Actually, so Nad, you said you went to art school to learn how to draw
Yeah, game art actually.
game art. Ooh,
Yeah,
any
so
specific type of games?
um for my art school we focus more on 3D art and less on 2D. Um and
Confirmed
like the
Nad
story
made
behind
Breath
it
of the Wild. That is the reason for last episode, guys.
I
Okay.
wish.
Besides so when you say 3D art, what
Yeah.
program were you using?
Uh
Out of
we
curiosity.
use 3ds Max and ZBrush. ZBrush.
ZBrush, that's much
Yeah,
more correct.
ZBrush. Yeah. Because that was the programs prepared by the school, so we had to learn that. I hate 3ds Max. It's so bad for animating, but that's besides the point. So I didn't know that the course would focus a lot on 3D art. I specifically wanted illustration, but the another another art school that I was looking into at the time, it was way too expensive. Um, so I settled for this one. And when I went to the opening day of the art school, the person said, "Oh yes, yes, of course we teach illustration. You're gonna do so many 2D art, not just 3D." But I got so disappointed because it's like 80% 3D, 20% 2D. So
False
most of my
advertisement to the best.
right. So most of my 2D art skills I had to learn myself. I had to supplement outside of school. So I had to watch a lot of YouTube tutorials. Oh my god, YouTube tutorials teach me a lot more than school ever did. Don't
Oh
go
my
to
gosh, don't
art
get me
school, kids.
started. Don't get I
Don't go
have
to art
so many
school.
rants. I have so many rants on learning on YouTube. Both good and bad for the
Right?
record. This isn't me
Yeah,
saying you learning
yeah.
off YouTube's bad. It's just like, it's so weird for those who don't know, right? I've taught math before. And
Oh.
it's so weird knowing how people will learn like, hey, people have come to me for like my class or different classes, whatever. Like, I'm struggling with this topic, and I've literally solved their issue by saying, "Here's a YouTube video I found in 30 seconds. Aren't you glad you're paying tuition?" And it's like,
But how much of YouTube is made up by people that went to school and then turned around and made the videos that they wish they had seen on YouTube
Right.
before they went to school?
so
Yeah.
I find that as I've made jokes, and this is also serious. I find that one of the main advantages of having a teacher as a secondary source, if you don't want to call them the primary source, and YouTube is your primary source, is that they can help you filter through all of the bad videos. Because if you're a student, you don't actually know if what they're teaching you is good and or efficient. So generally, when people are asking for YouTube videos, I try to give them concise, clear videos. If they're my student, I try to find ones that teach a similar style to the way I'm doing, so it actually like correlates with their work and something like that. Because keep in mind, guys, that people teach differently in different countries.
Yeah. But like if you don't have access to teachers or mentors, you definitely have to check out multiple sources. Don't just go for one channel. Go for multiple channels. Even outside YouTube, there's a lot of good online websites that teach art for free or for payment. And also check out art books. Um, one I recommend, one really good anatomy book that I recommend is called Anatomy for Sculptors. Zion, you should definitely check that out. It is really really good. It is very
Oh my
very
gosh.
considered very.
And now Nadhsan is throwing shade at Zeonz. Hey Zeonz, you should check out this website.
I was also expecting that. That was like, there's other places other than YouTube. I was like, is this going to turn into go check out twitch.tv/Nadhsan to learn how to do art?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
actually.
help Zion.
Yeah. I appreciate it because I have all this time I've been self-taught. That's all I would say. That's a very good initial point to like learn new things, like much more easier. Like in a way, it's like more of a conceptual way. Like it also helps the artist. Artist tends to help out each artist. Like we all say that one particular thing, and we all agree to. Hands is the pain in the ass to draw it.
Yep. Oh, I fucking hate hands. It's still my weakest skill.
I was gonna say, do you like hands or feet more? I'm just curious because like I've read comic books a lot growing up, and every artist seemed to talk about how they hated drawing feet.
You can
like
hide feet
seriously
by drawing shoes.
You could
honestly, I would agree that the hand is much more flexible to draw compared to feet, because feet is always like, if that guy is not wearing a shoe, he must be a freaking Tarzan over there.
No. I can confirm that artists hate drawing feet, because this is how art prices work, all right? Just in general, all right? I'm just going to make up numbers here. Oh, you want everything from the head, fancy outfit, down to the knees? All right, $50. You want to add the feet? $100.
Can confirm.
That is completely accurate. That is why neither me nor tFay has feet.
Nothing
no
hurts your wallet more than asking an artist for a full body.
Even artists are charging money for feet pics nowadays.
I mean, it's so
but I would
accurate.
say I would say hands are more of a pain because if something is wrong with the hands, you would definitely notice it. Even if you're not an artist, if something is wrong with the hands, you would notice it because hands you see your hands every day. So
Yep, that's correct.
yeah, yeah. So you would definitely notice even a tiny mistake on the fingers or whatever, you would notice it right away. And sometimes it would ruin the drawing. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know.
No, it's not you. It's completely true. I can agree with you on that.
I mean, you
Like
could say that for
one,
like any kind of delicate feature is like as if it's has any kind of attention drawn to it. I think hands just happens to be something that stands out because there's nothing
Mm.
surrounding it, right? So like a face, you could say, oh, I hate drawing eyebrows, but you're surrounding the eyebrows with the hair, the eyes, the nose, that are a bunch of other things to help distract people from actually looking at the eyebrows per se. But hands, if they're looking at the
So
hands, it's just the hands.
looking
Mm-hmm.
at your PNG that you're using, says the person with the eyebrows hidden by hair. But the
no.
like Nad, you did the hands on Sukino there.
Yeah.
Was there anything you didn't like about drawing them, or did they come pretty naturally to you?
Oh, I had to redraw it so many times. I hated it because it always doesn't look right. So I always had to like hands, um, uh, is the hands and feet, limbs basically is like the thing that I always had to redraw to make it look right.
Okay, see, now
Um,
I have to delete the comment section because now everyone's going to be looking at the hands and finding something to critique and dropping it down below in the comments.
You didn't paint Sukino's fingernails. I am triggered. Why are they just plain colored? You could have done them blue or pink.
I
Come on,
don't.
Nad,
I
keep up.
don't actually. Let me actually look at the all of my Sukino art here. I'm doing this off, obviously off
Wait,
camera right
does
now.
Kino have blue nails? Wait, did I miss that?
No, I was gonna say I don't think. Or hold up. All right. You guys keep talking. I'm gonna check every single one of my Sukino art real quick to see how many of them have painted nails. I'm just curious.
Okay, so here's the question
I
for you
just wanted
guys.
to be true to the
Oh.
reference.
Yeah, we as an artist, we always want to stay true to the stuff we reference on, and we do not want to miss a single detail in it. That's just like what scuff? We just missed out that one. It's like the scuff artist.
And like,
I was curious. I was curious about you guys. How do you guys set your art prices? I think because that really matters for a lot of us streamers that can't do the art ourselves and have to turn to someone to say draw a PNG if we're a PNG tuber, or our logo for our little circles there that you click on next to our names when we go live. How do you guys set your art prices?
I think Nadhsan has
depends.
said more than mine.
For me, it depends on the complexity and the time it would take, and also the demand, for the art. Um, uh, I've been gradually increasing my prices because it takes me a while to do each commission. So it kind of feels um uh not appropriate for the price because I feel like I spend too long on the art for my prices to be too low, and also
Mm-hmm.
very swamped with commission. So that also comes with thinking about how to price it. If you get a lot of demand for your commissions, then yeah, definitely increase the price.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I was like
I'm gonna
thinking like
interrupt
if
real
you have
quick
like a base price.
for a nail update for just so we can justify should has Nad ruined the nails? All right, I know this is the big question. All right, okay. So
Oh god.
so funny enough, the original art for Sukino
Mm-hmm.
does not have painted nails, but the
Mm-hmm.
original Sukino art is also a chibi, and chibis typically don't
True.
have painted nails. Now,
True.
looking at all of the other art that exists of Sukino, and I did have a reference sheet at the time that I had Nad do this PNG art. All the other art, there's exactly one piece of Sukino fan art that has pinkish nails. Now, if I'm going to look at the official reference sheet that I had made that arrived, I think it was done like a week after this PNG was done. This Sukino does have pink nails. So if you want to go hearsay, technically this is supposed to have pink nails. But
I mean, maybe the Sukino forgot to paint her nails on this
yeah,
day. She just didn't bother.
I mean, she doesn't. I mean, I don't think. I honestly think it would look worse if she had painted nails in this particular setup that we got going on. But that's just me.
Yeah, and well,
It's much
to
more
be fair,
natural for me to look at the news right now, I would say.
Well, that's
But
because they're
like
natural
having a
colored
subtle
nails.
peak, yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's fine.
don't call me out on my
No,
nails.
no one's
man.
calling you out. No one's calling you out.
Yeah, there's someone's calling you out right now. It's gonna be tFay.
No, it's Noctis. Noctis.
All right.
Oh yeah, true.
So our final
I apologize, Nad.
our final question for you guys, as before we get into the more important question of what's the pop band name for today.
Oh,
So would
ooh.
if there was any other art streamers who are listening right now who really want to get into art and they're ignoring the subtle subliminal message of Ned saying don't get into art, you know, that she dropped early in the stream. Would you give would you have any advice to give them, like how to get started, how to get their name out there? Because anyone who's tried to just start doing art and getting commissions knows that you're basically in a hellscape of trying to advertise yourself.
For me, in my opinion, you should focus more on improving your skills instead of trying to get your name out there yet. Because once you improve your skills, it's easier to advertise yourself because you already have the nice art. So your art would speak for yourself. Uh, but also just keep on going. Just practice every single day, or no, practice consistently and deliberately. Um, yeah, don't be afraid of failure because you will fail. You will fail a lot, and that's all right. The faster you fail, the faster you'll get better. Um, but yeah, that's my opinion. What about you, Zion?
I pretty much agree a lot. Like if you can do some awesome picture out there, the awesome picture will speak itself to the people who are looking at the stream. Like honestly, like when I do certain of the sub art that I was like thinking, it be okay, I guess. For me, I myself thinking it's like okay, and then for people they're like, wow, what's with all the details? Crazy. That's pretty much about it. I was like thinking, oh, I get that kind of reaction. I was like thinking, I might be on the right track. Just
Mm-hmm.
like what NASA is pointing out, just keep on practice. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
like, if you came out into an art block, just keep stroking. Just keep on stroke the empty canvas. Not
Yep.
anything weird. Just keep stroking on the empty canvas to a point where you felt like, I come to something. I've been into a certain few art block, but it's not that bad. It's like not deep. So I keep stroking to an empty canvas to think like, oh, how should I do this? Oh, I do that. Keep on yada yada talking to yourself, things like
Mm-hmm.
that, and eventually you will get to some point.
Yeah,
Probably,
but
You
like
heard it.
but if
probably
you
You
have.
get
heard it
too
here
burnt out,
first, folks, from Zeonz. Stroke until you come to something.
keep on
God
stroking.
damn it! Now I have to set this to mature audiences on YouTube.
Empty canvas.
Contacts.
I said
Guys,
empty canvas, not something weird.
guys,
Oh, come
this is
on.
just reminding me of this Nad stream that I watched, where Nad's just like, you show up to Nad's stream and Nad's like, hey, would you like to tell me about your first time? She said,
No, your first time streaming or anything. That's so weird.
oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god. All right.
Okay.
So the one question we've seen from chat that I definitely wanted to ask you guys: is there any commission pieces that you're proud of?
Mm.
I have one.
Oh, I have one as well. Um,
I think you have a lot, don't you, Nadhsan? I
And
have
I
like
just like pulls out her her profile of art here.
This is my
uh,
product. Everything.
no. Okay, for my recent ones, the ones that I'm proud of is the one that I did for tFay, the Monster Hunter one, and the one I did for Kalofi. Oh my god, have you guys seen the Kalofi one that I've
um,
done?
So I will, for those not watching this the chat the live stream, just listening on Spotify, go check this out on YouTube. Give me a second. I will pull up the art that Nat is talking about on stream. This will be one of the few times that we have a visual that's actually important on stream, but we are talking about art.
Ooh. Ooh, are you showing it on the screen?
This will be on the stream. I'll pull up the Monster Hunter one as well.
Why do you have that? Why do you have that on hand?
Um, do you know who I am?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm really proud of this. The skirt, I'm really proud of the skirt. It took me so
The
long to figure
skirt
out how to do the
is
skirt.
godly. All right. If you're just
Thank
listening on
you.
Spotify, please go find this on YouTube or go to the Discord and click to the YouTube link posted there. The skirt is unreal. All right. But yeah, here's
really?
the.
Did you have to put my head up the skirt? Come on, man.
That was honestly
Come
done. That was
on.
honestly done on accident. But All right. So here is the two art pieces that Nad is really proud of. Notice how I was intelligent and saved 50% off by not asking for feet.
True. Oh yeah, but I'm really proud of the Monster Hunter one as well. Especially the sword.
Yeah, no,
You
the
did a
Monster
good
Hunter
job,
one
I
is
would say.
gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Definitely one of my favorite pieces right there.
Yes.
What about you? What about you,
Zeonz?
Zeonz? Do you have any art you're particularly proud of?
You did know what I'm proud of right now, don't you? Unless you didn't ask me about that.
I mean,
Well, you did right now, which is the one that I made for Muni's Bread and her dog Melon.
yeah,
Oh what? Right.
I don't think I have that one on hand. I'm gonna have to go look for that so I can pull that on
It's
stream.
still it. I believe it's still in the Discord. You just have to scroll up.
All right. Well, let's. You got all right. So first of all, Noctis, can you talk about the pop band for today while I look for this art? That
The pop band? Are we talking about our band name that we come up
Band
every
name.
every
Yeah.
podcast for
I
some
still
reason?
don't know. I still don't know like how this pop band name works yet. So you have to like go through me a little bit.
So apparently, Zeonz, when we started the podcast,
Also, while you're talking,
apparently,
I'm pulling
some
up
people in
Zeonz's art.
chat.
So here's Zeonz's art while
Apparently, some people
Noctis
in
talks.
Alright.
okay. Are you done talking, tFay, and then I'll go?
Nope.
Let me know. Anyway, so every stream we try and come up with a band name from all the stuff we discussed, and today I am submitting Pink Nails, which is kind of like a K-pop and kind of like Blackpink, you know.
Ah,
Instead, instead it's Pink Nails, based on the fact that
Ah.
Nad missed the
Mhm.
obvious fact that
Can you not?
Sukino should
Can
always
you
have
not,
pink
Noctis?
nails.
Damn. What way to call out Nad?
Do we each submit a name?
It's just sort of just a running joke that like because one episode I forgot to request for a pop band name and everyone started yelling at me. So now I have to specifically ask for one. And then Noctis
Okay.
somehow also got in the trend of making a literal logo for each name during
Oh.
the podcast and
Oh.
posting it in the Discord.
Oh, I have no.
dang.
Yeah, it's a way like because I have a little bit experience with like Photoshop. Like I said, as a career, I'm a graphic designer. Funny enough,
Oh.
but
Mhm.
usually that results to putting a company's logo onto a wrap onto their vehicle. I don't get to do cool stuff like draw custom characters or stuff like that. No, it's usually advertising AAA, like triple A plumbing and cooling, and I have to include like a toilet and stuff like that and put it
That sounds so
onto
boring.
a 2020 Chevy Colorado. That is my job, and it's not as exciting as Nadhsan. and Zeonz, but I do have a little bit of experience. I have a little bit of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Fair
Can I
enough.
submit a name?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're welcome.
Okay. I propose we shall be called tFay art slaves.
What? What?
I mean, isn't that the truth though?
tFay art what?
tFay's art
Slave, oh my
slaves.
God.
Slaves.
Oh my
Oh, tFay's art
gosh.
slaves.
Yeah, tFay
Nah,
art
Oh my
that's
slaves.
gosh.
amazing. Nah, that is amazing. That is 100% accurate. That is what we're going to be.
Damn it! I can't even argue. All three of you have done art for the channel. Noctis made this the literal overlay that you're watching if you're watching this
Oh my
live for free.
It is decided that we are tFay art slaves.
Oh my gosh, TAS. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Also, this is the teacher in me. I literally
so
just
good.
you put that back when you get SAT, and I want to throw a chair. Does Noctis take commissions? Ask the live chat. Do I need to put Noctis down below the stream? Noctis, do you have a commission link?
Do I take him? I don't think I've ever taken commit. Like the only piece of artwork that I've ever done for another streamer was for tFay. And what's funny, like, because I don't do this, I like my I try to keep my work and my stream life like separate. So the only time I've accepted money was for tFay, and honestly, I have felt bad ever since.
Here is the art. I will pull it up on stream.
Man.
He did make the Project Leap logo, and of course, as per usual, with all these art demonstrations, I got put over Noctis's face. So
Cool. That's cool.
there you go.
That's better than, it's better than up Sukino's skirt.
That wasn't Sukino, that was Kolofi's, but you know.
That's Kalofi.
I guess if you're under the skirt, you can't see whose skirt it is. I guess that makes sense canonically.
True.
Nothing but butt cheeks in my face. I can't see what I'm
True.
looking at.
Wow. That turned real dirty real quick.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that is it for our questions. Nat or Zeonz, do you have any particular questions for us or
Ooh.
for each
Since we're
other?
both of us are Malaysian. Like, do you want to learn any kind of Malaysian words like in Cantonese, Chinese, or Malay?
Malay, yeah. We can teach you some nasty ones.
All right. Zeonz, how do you apparently say just keep stroking until you come up?
Wait, what is
That's
Malay?
Stroking is like touching. His
Amazing.
I swear you should have seen my face when Zeonz was talking, like completely straight face. He just says keep stroking and stroking.
I was trying so hard not to say anything, Zeon.
I'm pretty sure. But as an artist, all people know what stroking sometimes means, not just the inappropriate ones.
Every
But let's
inappropriate
say
word is a
stroking-
regular word outside, when you get your head out of the gutter. Like
Stroking. Okay. Is there a specific, like, do you want to know it in Malay or Chinese?
I mean, that was just more of a
I can't-
joke. I don't know. Teach us, teach the live audience listening something useful. Like, you know, how do you say, go follow me on Twitch?
Pergi follow
let's-
tFay you dalam
let's-
dalam
yeah,
twitch.tv.com.
Yep, that's Malay. It's like if it is in the Chinese, like let's see, because I'm actually very bad with my Chinese, so I might need to rethink a little bit.
Why do you ask the question then?
I mean, it's still a fun.
Do you
want to
learn Malaysian? Yes. I don't know how to teach you though. I just want to know if you're interested.
Okay.
Where can I help you?
Let me try to face it out. 如果你们有对这个广告啊，或者这个直播有兴趣的话，请关注 by pressing the button But 点赞 it's called 点赞. Like follow is like 点赞, and then like if you're like interested, 如果是你有兴趣, that's the how we pronounce the things here.
See, I don't
Oh,
actually
my
know if
God.
that's accurate, so I'm going to assume that you just insulted my sister. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
You sound like you were
Might as well start
shouting at
cursing
me,
since this video is definitely not getting monetized.
yeah.
Oh, wow, God.
We don't have enough followers on YouTube to be monetized. Hashtag
Well,
go follow us on YouTube.
I mean, even if we
Oh
did,
my
you know,
God.
we just basically had Zeonz creep out every person listening.
Wait, what's
Nah,
follow
we
in
don't know.
Malaysian? Oh, ikut.
Come again?
What's follow in Malay? It's ikut.
Yeah, ikut.
Ikut. Pergi
But
ikut tFay. Yeah. Go follow tFay.
okay, like in the Malay context, I think I can do better. Kalau anda suka melayani channel ini,
Melayani.
like, is it not wrong? I think it's correct.
I mean,
right?
yeah, but it's very formal.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, all right.
Sila tekan butang loceng. Butang loceng. Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
All right. So,
Butang
so,
loceng.
so for Nad, how do you say, be sure to follow and be a pro gamer?
Oh, okay. Pastikan awak ikuti channel ini dan jadi pro gamer.
All right, so we
'Cause
clearly know
we-
who's the
we- we-
superior
we just say
teacher
pro gamer
here.
in English.
Yeah, pro gamer is universal. You just know a pro
Yeah.
gamer when you look at
It's
them.
like
I'm
it's
just
like
saying.
a tag, you know. It's like a tag where we use the two fingers like a tag.
Wait, 2 fingers for what?
Nah,
What's
just
your?
emphasizing,
Okay.
emphasizing. No, emphasizing. Not the wrong thing. Come on,
Okay.
nah. Stick with me.
You just say the wrong. I mean, you just say really cursed things, Zeon, without even noticing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to side with Nad on this one, and again, Nad did a stream where everyone talked about their first time.
Like I'm really
Or
restraining
or
myself here.
stroking until you come to something.
When I did say like empty canvas, can't anybody tell this is empty canvas?
Oh my
There
God.
I mean, you had a good 30 seconds of awkward phrasing up before the words "empty canvas."
Okay, I'll rephrase myself to use a draw then.
phrasing, Zeon.
Oh my
Someone
gosh.
in the chat said, "Please pay me to make art for you in Malay."
Oh, okay, there you
Okay.
go. Well, if anyone wants to, know what was said in the live chat, well, you should be watching this live. Come to watch us typically on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. EDT. For all the live chat fun. There's 50,000 people in here right now, obviously. I mean, don't you want to be on
pastikan
that?
Oh my
anda
God.
follow tFay,
Oh
you
my- How did I not notice that we had 50,000 viewers at this moment? Oh my
Because we're
God.
too busy
wow.
paying all this
Oh.
attention to our lovely guests.
Yep.
They deserve every moment of it, though. Nad and Zeonz, you guys are amazing artists, and I
Thank you
hope
for having me
people,
here.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Wait,
apologize that we're
can we ask more
probably going to
questions?
start. We're probably going to start going off at some rant that's going to piss someone off in about 5 to 10 minutes. So let me just thank you guys for being great right now before we start pissing everyone off.
Right, fair enough.
But yeah, more questions.
Wait, from us or from you guys?
Either? I don't know if anyone in the live
Right,
chat
either
has
way.
this question that wants to ask. Feel free to ask in the live chat as well, guys.
So,
Yeah, see, that's why we discussed about like splitting these podcasts into half trying to discuss like on topic with the people, and then just half whatever we want to discuss about. So whatever you guys feel
Zeon
like we're
stroking.
talking about, we are open. God damn it! All right,
What?
Zeon stroking. Zeon, what's
Oh
your
my God.
favorite type of stroke?
Oh no.
No. This is where we draw the line.
Drawing. Let's just go with drawing, all right? Let's not
Okay,
bring up the
so-
that
so-
thing which is gonna be dead.
You should
Let's-
always
let's
use
draw.
long strokes. Just saying. It's much better.
Yeah, like when we draw things, like we want things to be like smooth. how it should be, we always go for the long drawing line instead of like short, because sometimes short could be a little bit messier. But that being said, don't be afraid to do short ones, because if you can't take the long one, then do the short drawing line. You know,
So
as long as it keeps it connected. If you're like on
okay.
Adobe Photoshop, um, you could always use the tool called pen tool, and it creates a path tools. With that path tool, you can also curve up the lines. How do you want the line to be curved? If you want to like have a long line ongoing, and your pen or your hand can um, draw the line correctly, accurately,
Mm.
how curved it wants to be, you can always use the pen tool. Because
Um.
I learned it since I was like in the high school, so
Mm-hmm.
I learned all my shortcut key much more easier. So I stick a long time with Photoshop. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would say if you want to improve your line art in general, you should try doing line art with a pen, with traditional art, because it really forces you to make it clean in one go. So like, so Photoshop has a smoothing option, right,
Yep.
for the pens. I would say don't rely too much on that, especially at the beginning, because you would get too used to it, and then um, if you want to like say do traditional art, you would not make smooth lines, because you got too used to the smoothing option in Photoshop. So I would
That's
say,
true.
yeah, maybe don't rely too much on the smoothing line if you really want to improve your lines.
That is true. That is true.
Ooh, interesting question from the chat. Do you have a dream art job?
Dream art job.
I don't know. Like, I guess, like,
Let me
maybe rephrase to make this maybe easier to answer. Like, is there
hmm.
maybe like someone you would really like love to draw, like, do a commission for? I guess.
Oh, right, right. Oh my god,
Oh, I like it.
I wanna be an artist for Hololive. I wanna make a VTuber for Hololive. That's the dream.
Ooh, a bougie
Yeah,
VTuber.
Yeah,
bougie
bougie VTuber.
VTuber. Calling out episode 4.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would like to do that. Yeah.
What about you,
Hmm.
Zeonz?
I would actually be much more happier to draw any kind of sub art or any kind of commission art for anyone out there, I guess. But depending on the situation, like how much they are preferable, because I don't think I would try to draw anything that near to explicit at all. But I would say it's like I find drawing is like something I would try to enjoy, not to stress out myself, but I do stress out myself from time to time. And I don't really have a specific a person that I would try to draw to, but I would draw to anyone when their requests are met and correct accepted by myself, including you, Dad.
Oh, basically, Zeonz is
Yeah,
saying,
thank you
please
so much,
hire
Aw.
Dad.
me.
Isn't that what the whole podcast was about? This episode was just trying to pimp
I
our
mean,
own
trust me,
commissions.
guys. I literally look at my art stream every day and try to think of other things that I could hire someone for. Like there's only so many ideas I can come up with, because I'm just like, I I I don't know. I don't. Maybe I'll have to come up with some. But maybe I can try to come up with some more ideas now that I can. Like, I found out how to use stinger transitions on all of my sources. Maybe I'll have to come up with something like that. Have you any of you guys ever made a stinger? It's actually there's a
No.
lot of you don't know what that is. So that
Yeah.
is the that's basically like
Transition.
what
It's
you
like a
Transition?
it's like the
transition.
Yeah.
it's like the thing that appears when you're like switching from one screen to another. Like if you watch like
Oh, okay, okay.
sitcoms or something like that, when they're switching from like the apartment to like the car, they'll like maybe show like something on the screen, and then they'll switch to a different area. Like that
Okay, okay.
in terms of Twitch, that's called using a stinger.
I'd be
Oh,
amazed if anyone had made a stinger, because that's more into like video editing than it is just drawing in a 2D app.
mm.
Like we're talking about different skill sets, to be honest. Unless someone in chat happens to be really good
I
at
mean,
making
if
stingers.
anyone wants to, my stingers is like my stingers are like the oldest thing on my channel in terms of art right now. If anyone wants to make me really nice stingers, hit me up in the DMs. That is
Hit
definitely
everyone
something
up
I'm.
in the DMs.
That is definitely something I'm looking to hire someone for, and I have no idea who to ask because nobody really does video editing in
Yeah, honest, you could
in
make
our
a great
community.
living. You can make a great living doing video editing. It's a very different skill set than just drawing something. To be honest, because
Just make furry art.
Yeah, I mean,
just
there's
make
a lot of
furry art.
free. The live chat's pointing this out, and I've saw this on YouTube too. There are a lot of programs coming out right now that are free, and you could download those stinger transitions for free. I'm like, if you want stinger transitions, there's many places to get free ones, but like, I
Mm.
really would like some really
That's
nice
different.
stinger transitions like made to my brand. Like, that would just be so
Yeah.
cool. Also,
Yeah,
speaking of
that's
video
the difference
editing,
is brand specific. I'm just saying.
if anyone wants to make me a highlight like introduction like highlight trailer for my channel, because I've been streaming all year and I still don't have one, you'll also hit me up because I hate video editing and it's too much of a pain to do that.
And
For
most
me, I
people
did
that are
thought of,
good at
like,
video
doing
editing
stinger
charge
as
a
well.
lot of money.
Was that
I did
Zeonz?
thought of like doing. Also did thought of like making the stingers like in the future when I update my whole stream layouts again. Trying to want to like change a little bit things around, and I was like thinking like why not like just pull on the stinger as well in the list while making everything, including my own emotes. I was like thinking of revamp my all emotes again. So yeah, I did thought of like stingers like way before. So I see some people have like very cool transition things like wow, how did that people make that? It's like kind of like tough.
Mm.
It's like thinking about animation and whatsoever. Then yeah, it kind of like maybe, but it really depends like how good you thinking of it, like making a video editing stuff. Like as the normal way, I would say like even like Windows have their Windows video editor thing. Maybe you could work on from that one as well, but it won't be that best output. Like like effect and shrinking or enlarging kind of stuff, things like that. So it may be tricky.
All right,
But
here's the cheap
still,
bootleg way of doing it. All right, you basically start recording your stream. You just take a picture and you just shrink it and enlarge it. Use just on your overlay, and then just turn the recording into a video and make a stinger out of it. There you go.
Doesn't
yeah,
OBS have basic transitions?
Yeah, no, there's tons of ways to throw
it
basic
has,
transitions here. Like there's,
Mhm.
but
but
you know,
what
we're
we are
trying like
trying
the
to
really,
say is
really
like the
nice ones,
stingers.
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
really,
yeah.
really
The
fancy ones.
transition with a fancy animation like input like closing door and open doors, things like that to a new
Mhm.
to a new scene or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's where things comes in like that.
Mhm.
I truly believe
Alright.
you can make a great living on Twitch just video editing trailers for people. I'd pay $100 if someone could take any of my previous streams, edit it down into a funny 30-second video, and then I could upload it to all across the net. You can make your own YouTube channel, you can make your own Twitch, obviously your own Twitch channel, but you can make it your channel trailer across the like because a lot of times when you go to someone's like channel, you'll get a taste of what they're like via their channel trailer. And Twitch does their channel trailer based on your latest one, and it doesn't do it on the funniest moment from your stream. It does it on the beginning part, end part, or middle part. If you were really good at looking at someone's stream, cutting it down to 30 seconds, and selling it to them for $100, you would make
Yeah.
bank on this website.
So basically,
Mhm.
what you're saying is, if anyone's listening right now and knows how to video edit, whether they are already in the community or not, hit us up, and you'll have a lot of jobs very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very niche.
It is
Because I
very
find
neat,
like
very neat.
video
Yeah, but
editors.
that's Twitch is niche. Like you don't make money by playing Fortnite. You do it by
Mhm.
being an amazing artist like Nod or Zeon's here.
Nice,
Or
nice
you
save,
make it by
adding the
being
or Zeons.
No, the thing that I want to point it out is that video editor is actually kind of like a rare people out there you can find on stream. It's just not easy to get in touch with them, or maybe they are like working on their stream stuff. Like, why would I want to work on yours when I have my one to work on? Although they didn't get paid, but they still try to figure a way out to like diversify their stuff, like from Twitch to YouTube or from YouTube to Twitch or something like that.
I mean, I
But
can
what I
make an
can say is
argument that
video
the
editor is
Y
very
is
rare.
literally advertisement. I mean, I know many artists who made art for me, and then suddenly when I start promoting the crap out of their art, they told me they got a lot more jobs after that.
That's good.
So that'd be my
yeah,
straight answer.
That's a very subtle drop there, tFay.
Thank
Come
you,
work
thank
for
you.
me, and I'll make you a big artist.
I
I'll
mean,
give you money
I
and
want a
exposure.
bloody editor, all right?
Everyone wants
Okay.
a bloody editor, but it's a very valuable skill that no one wants to waste their time on streamers like us, to be honest. Why would you?
Okay,
If you
okay.
can make
See,
$80 an hour.
since that Nat is over here and she already made a commission, an art piece for tFay, does not get more commission at this point?
Yeah, I actually have received more
Boom!
commission from tFay's community.
So
Like,
people
like
from
from
YouTube, you're listening it here. Anything you want, just hit up tFay, and then tFay will just make you get more.
yeah,
Confirmed actually
work
works.
for tFay, become a slave like us. Please help us. Please.
Be a part of our band, the tFay Art Slaves.
Keep stroking until you come up with something.
Actually, that's actually
Oh
very
my
accurate.
god.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I had a question like what would you guys like to see more Twitch streamers do? Like something you haven't seen before. Like what you said, the video editing. Like what
Video
else would you
editing is
guys
one
like to
thing.
see? Yeah.
Something other art, anything like manual labor is a little bit more interesting. We had a member of the community talk about being like a forger, so they would have like a
Oh.
forge where they do like metalworking. I think that would be kind of interesting.
Oh, that is
I mean, how many
yeah.
times can you watch tFay play play any of his farm sim games before you get bored? Now you contrast that with a forge, that'd be kind of interesting.
Hey, I still stand by that despite how much I try switching genres, the farm sims still get the biggest views. So
You
I
mean
don't know
variety
what to
streamer?
tell
My
you.
Variety streamer.
Oh, really?
I honestly am like, hey, maybe I'll try doing this genre, but like it just never does as well. People just love the farm sims, which is a real problem because I'm gonna run out of farm sims. You know how rare it is to get a good one?
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Just
play
go back to
Sacrifice?
Animal Crossing.
No. Fun fact: I actually used to do. I actually did do pixel art for Animal Crossing, where I'd take
Ooh.
Twitch emotes and then turn it into art so people can display it on their islands. Actually, was having a lot of fun with that.
Oh, that's fun.
It's a
So do
pay.
you charge them?
No, it's just something I did. But it's literally the biggest pain in the butt because you don't know how it looks in game until you upload it. So it's literally make the art, upload it into the game, see how it looks, repeat the process, and just checking once takes like a good few minutes. It's like video editing levels of pain. Like, oh my gosh. But they look pretty great. They look pretty great. I've literally showcased emotes on my island.
Oh wow.
Do you still play Animal
Oh
Crossing?
God no, absolutely
Oh
not.
God.
They
Who
don't.
plays Animal
no.
Crossing
All
anymore?
right, you want me to come up with? You want me to stream Animal Crossing? All right, you get Nintendo to actually come out with Animal Crossing version 2.0.
Get
I'm not
Nintendo to come up with a better,
All right.
entertaining game than Animal Crossing.
I don't mind streaming Animal Crossing if there's actual content. It's like with Stardew, right? Like the game that literally the game that literally got me to be a farm sim streamer. I did not play that I played that on launch. I played like over 100 hours of it. Then I didn't play for 4 years. Then 1.5 came out, and then I played like another 100+ hours of it. And everyone loved it. But
I'm
like,
tFay. I played the games when they came out and didn't play them afterwards. Blah 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 blah. If I had $1 for every time I've heard that,
then you could hire Nad to do
no,
some
I'm not.
proper
I still wouldn't be that
commissions.
rich.
I'll
It'd be
give you
money
a
well
special
spent, Nat.
discount, Noctis.
Nat, I
have you
love your artist Sukino. To be honest, I think it's amazing.
so actually have
you.
you ever looked at an artist and thought to yourself, holy shit, they're overcharging, they're not that good, like I'm better than them? Like you don't have to say which artist, and just general, if you like ever thought it, because like I literally see when I'm art hunting, right, like looking for artists, like I literally see some artists and I see their prices and I'm like, just why do you justify charging that much?
Who is this question for?
Well, it's just for anyone.
That's for
just like
either of the guests without insulting the other guests.
Okay,
Oh, wow.
I've hired them both. Thank you very much.
I have. I mean, those thoughts have crossed my mind, but I do feel guilty thinking about that.
It's.
I raised my hand with Nadhsan.
I think it's perfectly natural things like that. I mean, whether you like it or not, you're always going to judge people. I mean, it's like you watch a TV show, you could say this show sucks. You watch a streamer, they're not a good streamer. You look at an artist, this artist. I mean, I objectively look at most modern art, like the ones that sell for millions of dollars, and I go, what the fuck? I don't understand.
Money laundering?
I mean, it's just like that's just art is just that medium where it'll be given a set value, and a lot of other people may agree, and you'll look at it and you might disagree. And I don't think that's necessarily a being a bad person or something like that. I mean, people might look at Nad or Zeon's art and might think it's terrible because they hate anime characters and they hate giant anime eyes.
No one has looked at Nad's or Zeon's art and thought that's terrible. They may.
I mean, no, legitimately,
that's not for me.
If they ever some people hate anime art styles, like, and they think it's all of it is terrible.
And
I've had discussions like that.
Those people are toxic, and you cut them out of your lives.
Well, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not allowed to talk to Noctis anymore.
I mean,
Wait, was that you admitting you don't like Nad's or Zeon's art?
No, that was me admitting I kept the Noctis is, the one person without anime eyes on the overlay right now.
Anime eye? Are you kidding? I'm the only one without anime eyes.
That's my point.
But you're like, I agree. You don't have to like people 100% or their art 100%. You can just like them 90%, 80%. Just as long as you're not an asshole to them. Like you can just
I'm not saying go tell them their art is overpriced. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying go to an artist and go, your art sucks. Why do you? I'm gonna follow you, ask you to zoom out, and then unfollow you. That's what also like. You ever see like follow only chats? I literally have that logic every time I see one. I'm like, why the? All right, sub only chats, sure. You want to either limit the amount of people talking or you're trying to get more money, fine. What is the point of follow only chats? They could literally hit the follow button, talk, and then unfollow.
Because follow chats are free. It gets you that follow. Let's say you have someone in your chat that's kind of a piece of shit and you don't really want to talk to them, but they give you that follow, and that's what you're after. You're trying to boost that follow number.
What does... All right.
Well,
I literally... this may be a controversial opinion. Hold on. Literally, once you get to a certain follow point, you genuinely, like... I've literally... This is my personal thoughts. When I've gotten more... The more followers I get, the less I care about my follow count, which is... and I always feel weird whenever people are doing, like... a friend of mine is doing a 2K follower celebration, and I'm like, I honestly don't think I would remotely care about the achievement of getting to 2,000 followers. Because after a certain point...
You're a big-time streamer, tFay. A lot of us like our follower counts.
No. So this is literally... I've actually talked to people about this. They actually get distressed over high follower counts because their view count does not rise proportionally, which is natural for Twitch. A lot of people follow and then don't usually watch you again. So some people, again, not naming names, they literally have said they don't want follows until they can get a higher view count from their current followers. They want to figure out a way to raise like higher fix their ratio before they
Viewers
want
count?
more followers.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Well, I actually felt that way earlier when I mean earlier in my streaming career, like a week into streaming. No, a month into streaming, I felt that way, but I don't feel that way anymore. I want the
Yeah,
followers.
I don't
Follow
feel.
me, guys.
Yeah, I mean, follows are great and all. I just never understood the idea of like going out of the way for things like follow only streams or like hard hunting for like follows and stuff like that.
No, definitely. I think a lot of people would agree that a follow only stream is kind of counterproductive. You're gonna get
Yeah.
people to follow you, but they're not gonna follow. They're not gonna watch you in the future. They're following you only to chat at that moment, which I agree with. Like,
Or they're following you to
you're
get you
not-
to zoom out your art.
I mean, both tFay and Noctis did mention about this thing, like in the previous episode of the podcast. Like every viewer have like 10 seconds thing to see a channel, and if the person sees a channel with the followers only, I'm out of here.
Well, that's why, like, this is my personal opinion and views, like, and experience. If you just want a high follow count, be a VTuber, because good VTuber models get follows. Because it literally plays right into the 10-second rule. You literally go to a stream, you see a cute VTuber model, and you hit the follow button.
And that's where you fall into the rabbit pothole.
Yes, then you fall into the
Wait,
whole,
so-
like... Wait, so what?
The
does
rabbit hole.
does VTuber get more views or following instead of webcam streamers? does it
I don't want
only
to
depend?
necessarily say that. Also, we've just had the whole VTuber craze. Like, it's sort of calming down to a point of normalcy right now. But I find that, you know, just like with face cam streamers, a lot of it just comes down to people are superficial and they just want the good looking people, right? Like, for at least for the Insta follows, it's usually, does the streamer look good in your opinion, right? You know, some people might, you know, stay a bit longer and they say, I'll follow you for your energy or your gameplay, whatever. But most people following, most likely, try to word very carefully so I don't be a Zeonz, follow for follow because they like the looks of the streamer. So likewise, if you are a VTuber, it is a lot, you know, you can just throw money at the wall and you can get a really pretty VTuber model or really, you know, handsome VTuber model if you prefer a male one. And there you go. People like it and will follow because, you know, very nice VTuber model. But again, this could all be statistics I'm coming up with just from because of the VTuber craze that, you know, that's been happening. But like, that's my personal assessment, having like perused Twitch, like seen talk to my VTuber friends about like how many follows they get, watch YouTube videos where people talk about VTubers and stuff.
So have you guys seen a rise in VTubers? It does feel like lately
Yeah.
I come across a lot more people that are PNGs and only VTubers, which to me is kind of odd because back in the day, I say that back in the day,
Back in the day.
last year, it felt like camera streamers were a little bit more common.
Well,
Yeah,
I
camera
think
streamers
that's
are quite common.
so it was a combination of one, HoloLive wasn't a thing yet, and people didn't realize the potential of VTubers. Also, there were a lot less free sources. So back in the day, the only way to get a VTuber model was typically to either just have the very high skills to make one, or to pay someone a lot of money to make one. And legitimately, some people's waiting list was over a year long. Like, as someone, you know, I didn't want one myself. I just talked to people who are looking. But nowadays, there's literally VTuber models you can get for free. They literally have free VTuber models now. You can just download, pop on your stream, and you're good.
Yeah.
As someone that's very ignorant, what is you said HoloLife? I'll be honest. I'm
All
not
right, so
familiar with it.
HoloLive is a company that basically took a bunch of personalities, gave them VTuber models with very, very exquisite art. And they are the ones who started the craze of VTubers. They were literally a full-blown company. This is not a bunch of people, you know, this isn't like a community or anything. They are a literal company where they hired people to act as characters that go along with with these VTuber models.
Huh.
They make a lot of money.
That's what started the craze. Now, if you want to explore that, I recommend being on incognito mode or just not sign into YouTube when you look at it, because when you watch one VTuber clip on YouTube, you will get a lot of VTuber clips on YouTube.
Yep, that's correct. That
all right,
is true.
not saying the content's bad. Just be aware that the YouTube algorithm jumps on anyone watching a VTubers, more specifically Hololive. All right, just for a simple example. All right, so one of the a YouTuber that I like is CDogVA, and he does a lot. He does a lot of collaborations with a famous VTuber called Iron Mouse. Right. So because I watch his videos, I have seen. I clicked on a couple of clip videos that are like 30 seconds long of him interacting with Iron Mouse. And now I get so many Iron Mouse videos out of my YouTube recommendations. It's like,
one wrong click and you fall in and your YouTube algorithm fall into the freaking bunny hole.
Bunny hole? Use a bunny hole? Zeon?
Zeon, what? Zeon, describe your bunny hole.
No!
Zeon.
Oh God. What I'm trying to say is like fall into the trend. Come on.
It's rabbit hole, Zeon.
No. Legitimately, and especially for all the people who I've seen a bunch of this in the live chat. People saying they're afraid of turning on face cam because they're afraid of how they look or they're just shy in general. I highly recommend being at least a PNG tuber or a VTuber, and I can say for absolute certain that PNG tubers alone will get you a lot better views and following compared to just no cam and no anything. Because even if they just have the art, just the art just to look at, right? Even if it doesn't move the mouth or anything like that, it gives some kind of visual for the viewers to connect to the associate with the streamer. And this is the logic of VTubing, just at a lower level, right? So even if Nad has done face cam before, but even if Nad never did face cam, but we just see that character, we at least have something to visualize, and it helps us connect with the streamer more.
Yeah, you're putting the voice to the face. The face to the voice. Yeah.
It helps separate the streamer from the whatever game you're playing or art, obviously, from what you're doing. Because if you're 100% just showing the screen of what you're playing, how do I know you're talking versus, let's say, a character in the game is talking? You need that like on-screen representation to help separate the two. Especially in a game with like an RPG with a lot of dialogue. How do I know tFay's not talking versus one of the characters in the game making funny noises?
But what about Corp's husband? He doesn't have an avatar on screen, right? It's just his voice.
I mean, some people just have godly voices, and there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, but that's a separate issue. Some people are just made to have their voice heard. I mean, check out episode 1 where our guest was our most popular guest because it's literally ASMR as a natural voice.
Ooh,
and it just watch episode 1, Lulu.
Yeah.
Go back
they
and
are a
watch
streamer.
Lulu,
just go watch. It's the voice. Oh my gosh, it's like butter.
Seriously, we instead of getting music to introduce the show, we should get Lulu to do a voiceover. Welcome to the Luna Lounge podcast, and we would blow up. We would be unstoppable.
Honestly, why haven't we done that?
To Noctis question. Yeah, you should all do that. I was like,
because you wanted to do music, and I told you music is dumb.
No, I suggest you can suggest as a response hire Lulu. I could literally, if we had Lulu do an audio recording, I could literally pop it on my audio deck and I could just play it at the beginning of every stream easily.
And we would be unstoppable.
All right, all right. I'm gonna put you in charge of. All right, so go ask Lulu about that. All right.
All right, I'll go ask Lulu.
I was kind of disappointed after like listening to the first episode. After that, second and the third and the fourth, I was like, "Where's the intro music? There's no intro music to the Luna Launch podcast. That's boring."
Okay, we're a new podcast. This is episode 6.
You know how expensive music is, Zeonz? Don't judge us.
Okay,
That's
you
not
know what?
fair.
You know what? We're
Yeah,
at
music.
okay. If you got all right, legitimately, all right. We don't have a Patreon or anything yet, but if anyone really wants to donate money specifically towards the podcast, so we can get really nice things like music or fancy art commissions. If you want us to get some weird art down here for whatever reason, feel free to donate directly and just say this is a legitimate thing. Feel free to donate directly to the channel and say this is for the podcast, and I will put that money towards improving the podcast with whatever.
Wait a second. You want this to go directly to you, to your channel? I
Oh,
call
wow.
BS, good sir. No, this is some bullshit.
Well, then make a
You want
Patreon
people
so we
just
can
going
get
to
that.
me money. Now you say
Do we
that.
have do we have a Patreon, Noctis?
No, I don't think we do. We should. I think maybe like that. We'll do that for our 10th episode. We'll debut our Patreon.
all right. There you go, guys. By 10th episode, we'll have a Patreon. Hit us up with things that you actually would want as Patreon rewards if you think that you would like to, support the podcast directly. Also,
Okay.
real talk, guys.
Go ahead.
If there's guests that we need more guests, all right. I mean, we could definitely have our guests back, but we do this weekly. We're gonna run out of people eventually. Like, if you know someone outside of the community who could, you think would be good on the podcast, literally bring them here. We can have new people on the podcast. Like, this is not a bit. We legitimately would like to expand our guests because we do have a limited pool of people who are willing to be on the podcast. Even though they're like, all right, literally our Discord is like 300 plus people, and apparently none of them want to be on the podcast, even though they're all streamers. They're like, I can stream, I'll do 24-hour streams, but I don't want to be on a podcast. Why not? I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
It's a great chance.
I'm not even joking. This is the discussion I have with them.
Oh,
They're streamers, but they don't want to be on a podcast.
Maybe because
Okay,
there
so-
was no team base, so they find it very hard to talk about it. Could it be that?
It's various reasons. My point is, it is not the easiest thing to come up with 2 new guests every week.
Yeah, we usually have to blackmail people. Like, come on the stream, or we leak your email and your
my
personal
God.
identity.
No, I think we are both on the same level. We are not being bad mail yet.
So, okay, I gotta ask, now that we're near the end of the stream, tFay, you said you mentioned wanting to ruin Disney. What the hell did you mean by that?
What?
ruin Disney?
Okay, I've literally said this in chat. That was just literally a joke because last week I ruined people's, I was bashing Zelda. And so I was like, what's something else that a lot of people like that I could
Oh
ruin?
my God.
And I was like, here's Disney.
Okay. This week we'll do Disney. Next week we'll do Studio Ghibli movies.
You want me to find an
movie?
unpopular opinion
What?
way to ruin Disney?
No, I would love to know Nad's and Zeon's favorite Disney
Hmm.
movies. I'm just kind of
Oh,
curious.
Oh, mine is Lilo and
Disney.
Stitch. Oh,
That's
and
a
Lion King
fantastic choice.
makes me cry every time.
Oh.
And this is when we
don't
start
think
the
enough
argument
people
of,
follow them.
is Lilo and Stitch a Disney movie or is it just a movie owned by Disney?
Fuck you. It's a Disney movie. You know that.
And this
I
is
know
how
what you're going
this
for.
is how we ruin Disney.
No, you ruined Disney by saying that Little Mermaid's a little overrated.
I mean, Little Mermaid is very overrated, and it would have been the better as the original story, but that's besides the point.
Oh, you didn't like Ursula? What's wrong with you? Do you have a problem with drag queen octopus witches?
No, that actually isn't my problem. My problem is the main character, Ariel, she lives. I want my
You want her
bubbles,
to-
damn it.
You want her to turn into bubble?
Oh my
Okay, you know what?
God.
Here's a fan theory, and I'm saying this. I think that Ursula was gathering perfect pieces of different mermaids to become the perfect woman herself, and she needed Ariel's voice to be the perfect looking woman.
Okay. Fun fact,
what
that
I mean.
actually is the plot of a Disney Channel movie back in the day. I forgot what it was called, but it was literally a high schooler who was good with computers who took the different parts of all the best parts of all these different girls, including his girlfriend, and made a virtual pop singer. That's
I have no idea what
actually
you're
a
talking about.
no. This is actually a Disney Channel movie. He actually made a. He wanted to make a. He wanted to make a virtual pop singer, you know, like Hatsune Miku-esque, but you know, like looks actually like a real person. And in order to make them as beautiful as possible, he literally took different parts from many different girls and made an ideal woman kind of like thing. That was like, and again, he had a girlfriend, and there was like when she found out, she was like, "What did you take from me?" He was like, "Your nose." That's like-
Wait, is this
Oh.
an
This is
animated movie or
no. This is an
or,
this is
like,
an IRL like actors movie, but this is like one of those cheesy
so
movies
it's
on
like
Disney
the
Channel.
made for TV?
This is actually a
Hmm.
Disney. I don't remember what it's. Is that okay? I don't remember what it's called. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows what it's called, but like. Oh, all right. Apparently, we actually did get a $10 donation for the podcast. So
Woo, nice.
Oh,
I get so
flying work.
thank you to Suya009 for donating $10 for the
Hey.
podcast.
Ooh,
I will
Suya.
legitimately let you know if we when we do anything that involves money, and I will 100% promise I will put that $10 towards that. I just don't know. I don't know what we're actually going to do with it yet. But you know, I mean, if you guys want intro music, you know, whenever we get a total donations of like $100, we could probably we could probably get intro music. If you want a real answer. Not saying that someone donated $100. I'm not saying someone donated $100. For the love of God, don't do that.
No,
I'm just.
I was gonna say something. I was just gonna say something. What if that music intro replies with something like, this is gonna probably triggers tFay, like the Y intro.
Wait,
what?
Lawai as in the oh wait, we shouldn't say his real name on stream. So Felix's Lawai, LW last week I asked you theme,
Yeah.
which is based on
that.
Jack's films. I know what you're talking about. Yai.
Oh.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Also, make it fast because we
You've
gotta
never
wrap
seen
this
Jack's
podcast
films?
up.
Oh my god.
Nope, no idea what that is.
Anyway, so Jack's Films, a YouTuber, created a series called Yai. Yesterday I asked you, and then Felix, Mr. PewDiePie, calm down, tFay. I know I said his name. Came up with Lawai as a joke, which is pretty much like a bastardized version of Yai's intro. It's amazing.
All
Kind of like
right.
how I'm Jack Films, and you're copying everything I do as PewDiePie. So tFay, you're the PewDiePie of the community. I just want you to know that.
Oh, see, now I'm tilted. All right, this is definitely where we're
no.
ending the podcast here.
No,
Okay.
I still have so much questions.
I mean, we can definitely, we can. All right, I mean, we can definitely keep talking. You know, after the, after we finish recording, and we could definitely have you guys back if you want to be on a future episode, guys. Also, legitimately,
Yeah,
if there's certain guests, and I know this is gonna pseudo play favorites, so I'm gonna humbly request that this only be in DMs. If there's specific guests you want to come back to future episodes, we already know you want Lulu. All right, don't bother telling me you want Lulu. All right, if there's anyone
Everyone wants
besides
Lulu. We want
Lulu,
Lulu.
if there's someone besides
Everyone wants
Lulu that you
Lulu.
want to be on a future episode, like sooner rather than later, do hit us up. All right, if you tell us we like Nat and Zeonz so much we want them back next week, let us know. It won't happen next week, but we can definitely make something happen sooner rather than later. But yeah, thank you to Nat and Zeonz for coming on, taking the time out of your Sunday morning to
Thank
be
you for
on
having
this
us.
thing.
early
Oh
for
my
you.
gosh. Okay. So we also have podcast
Ooh.
donations from the Banana of Chaos, donating $4.20.
Oh,
Yo, money for the
Yay,
podcast and Bun
420.
Bun merch. And another $10 from Shakugan899. This is for the stream.
Woo!
So
Hey,
all
thank you.
right. I need to
Thank
actually
you.
start making legitimate notes of like how much money's being donated for the podcast, because
You
I very
damn right,
literal-
because
We're getting a
damn
cut,
it.
right?
I
We're
We
very literal.
split
10%.
Hold up.
Nat
by the
is
way-
arguing what percentage she gets. I love it. That's amazing, Nat. I was on the channel when you got $24. I deserve some of that.
By the way,
Nat,
not
I
to
we're
applaud
we're
you.
providing free content
You're
for you,
amazing.
tFay.
Free
By the
content.
way,
You
notice
basically
about that just now
you
question
basically like a
about the-
sponsor anyway, just from having your art on the street.
So
Oh, so Nat,
Yes.
Zeonz, either of you
Yep.
first. Closing statements. Go ahead.
yeah, I think not go first.
No, you go first.
Me. Okay. Closing. So if any of you who is an artist out there, if you have an empty-minded, you don't know what to draw, just keep drawing. All right, drawing on the empty canvas.
Keep drawing.
Scrap
keep
the
drawing.
scrap
drawing,
the ideas from
keep
the
drawing.
previous. Keep drawing. Even if you're like stuck in a very bad art block or whatsoever, just go look up for art stream, and probably there you see me.
Wow.
And you also, guys, as we're closing up, you can check out the Discord for the new logo Noctis made for TAS Pink Nails, our
Oh.
first album.
Already?
Yeah, it's in the Midnight Lounge.
Yeah, I
Feel
did
free
it
to go
when we
check
were
it out.
working.
Oh my gosh! Thank you,
Wow.
Dapper
Wow.
Deputy, for donating $10 for the
Ooh.
podcast train. Okay.
Thank you, Dapper.
Apparently, Noctis, we
Woo,
might
Dapper.
actually get our viewers to fund intro music. At this rate.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, for
Not your
my-
turn.
Are you done? Okay. For my closing statement for the young artists out there, for the beginning artists, it's about enjoying the process of creating art. You shouldn't focus so much on the outcome, especially if you're still new, because you're definitely gonna make ugly art, and that's normal. That's good. That's good. Make ugly art. Be proud of your ugly art. Because it's not gonna be ugly for long. Just keep on going, keep on drawing. Art skills is like going to the gym. You have to build muscle memory and art sense. So yeah, just do your best to finish any art that you start. It is not about the outcome. It's not about how it looks. It's about enjoying the process and learning throughout the art journey. Yeah, so finish your art. Not perfect. Not yet.
I will also say that even if you have bad art, it literally is YouTube thumbnail clickbait to redo old drawings once you improve.
Right.
So you're just
Right.
preparing thumbnails.
Yep.
True, true, true.
One small pebble goes a long way, I would say. So the journey ahead is very, very far. Just don't give it up so easily.
Yeah. Every failure is a stepping stone to success.
But yeah, that's going to be it. So thank you everyone for being here, joining us today in the live chat, or listening wherever you happen to be listening. YouTube's, Spotify, Audible, wherever, iTunes. Again, their Twitch links for both of our guests will be down below the stream, as well as their commission pages if you wish to hit them up. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Tune in next Wednesday for. We haven't figured out guests yet for next week, because as I said before, we struggle to find guests. So
No, we don't. Next week is PewDiePie and Markiplier. Come check out next week.
Nope. I'm ending the. Nope. That's it.